Alright, in this video we're going to create the route to add a comment to a post. So this is going to be pretty similar to adding a post. So I'm just going to copy that, the post request to API post. So I'm just going to grab this whole block of code right here. And let's go down to the bottom. And we'll go ahead and paste that in. So this is going to be post API /post/ comment, and then we need the ID of the post to comment on, so we're going to pass the ID in. Okay, and we'll go ahead and say comment on a post, and this is going to be private, so the route here will be /comment/:ID, and we need the auth middleware as well as the check text, because remember the comments have a text field as well. Comments are identical to posts except they don't have likes. If you want to implement likes into them, you can do that, but I figured it would just be kind of redundant because it's basically the same steps. So in here we're just checking for errors. Inside of our try we're gonna get the user just like we did here, and then we want to we want to get a post. We're not creating a new post, so we need to create a variable called post, and we want to await. From the post model we're going to call find by ID, and we have the ID in the URL, so request.params.id. So that'll give us the post. Now let's construct a new comment. So we'll go ahead and change this to new comment, and it's not an actual collection in the database, so we're not going to say like new comment or anything. It's just going to be an object. Oops, I want a curly brace here. And that'll have the text, which comes from the body, name, which comes from the user, .name, avatar, and user. So that's all the same. We're going to keep that. Now we have to add this new comment onto the post comments, which we can access with post.comments. Comments. And we're going to use unshift to add it to the beginning. And then we'll go ahead and pass in our new comment, and then we can save it. Okay, and we don't actually need, we need to do post.save, and we don't need to put this in a variable, we just need to call it. And then as far as the response, I'm going to send back all the comments, so post.comments like that. Okay, so let's save that and we'll try that out. So let's see, we need to be logged in. Let's add a comment to one of my posts from John Doe. So we'll go ahead and log in. For the body, I'm gonna go ahead and log in with JDoe. Grab my token. I'll open up a new tab and we'll make a a post request, right? Actually, did I do that? Did I change? Okay, yeah, so that's post requests. So post to HTTP. Let's do localhost 5000 API posts/comments or comment, and then we need the ID of the post. So before I do that, I'm just going to add my token here. I'll go ahead and paste that in. And then let's get a post to actually comment on. So I'm going to go to get all posts, make that request, and let's see, we want the one by me, which is this one. So we want that ID. So we'll grab that and put that right in there. And then for the body, we need to send a text. We also need to add here, we need to add in our content type of JSON, and then in the body we'll send along text, and let's just say we'll say thank you, great post, and send, and we get that back. Great. So now let's go back to this request to get all the posts. We'll send that, and now you can see that within my post right here is a comment from John Doe that says thank you, great post. It also has an ID, a date, and his name, an avatar, and user ID. So let's add another comment to delete because I want to keep that one there. So I'll go back and just add another one. Let's just say delete me. Okay, so if we send this again, now you can see we have that delete me comment. So let's go back, and I'm just going to copy that. All right, now for this, we're going to make this a delete request, and we're going to say post comment, and then we need both the post ID and the comment ID. So we're going to do /comment_ID, because we need to find the post by the ID, and then we need to know which comment to delete. So we're going to send both of those. And let's say delete comment. All right, so let's do router.delete, and we're going to use this. Okay, we want our auth and our function here. So if we're going to do a try catch, I'll just grab that. So within this try, what's this error? Just because I don't have anything here. What I do here? I think I copied the curly brace. Okay, so within this try, we're going to first get the post. Actually, I can just copy that from right here. So we're going to get the post by its ID. So paste that right in there. So we get the post. Now we want to get the comment from the post. So let's say pull out comment. And I'm going to create a variable called comment. And let's set that to post.comments, which is that array. And I'm going to use the find method. Okay, because I want to find it by its ID. So we want to say, this actually takes in a function like for each, map, filter, all those. So let's do for each comment, and we want to test to see if the comment.id is equal to the request.params.comment_id. All right, now this will give us either the comment if it exists or false. So we want to make sure comment exists, and we can do that just by saying if no comment, then what do we want to do? We want to return res.status. Let's do a 404 not found, and we'll do some JSON message, and message will be comment does not exist. All right, and then after that we want to make sure that the user that's deleting the comment is the user that actually made the comment. So let's just do check user. So we can do that by saying if comment.user, because remember it has that user property which is the ID, but it's an object ID. We want to turn it to a string, and we want to say if that is not equal to the logged in user, which is request.user.id, then we're going to return an error. Let's do a 401, which is unauthorized, and we'll say user not authorized. Okay, now if everything is okay, then let's move along, and we want to find the index. So let's actually, I'll just copy what we did up here with when we did the unlike, we did all this stuff. We'll just go ahead and grab that and put that here. So we just want to change likes to comments. We're going to map through like. This doesn't really make sense, so let's replace that with comment index of the request user ID, and then we want to take post.comments and splice that one out, and then we want to just save and then what I want to return is just all the comments. Okay, so that should work. So let's try it out. Make sure there's no errors. Good. So we'll go back to Postman, and I want to delete this comment right here. So let's create a new tab, make a delete, and we're going to want posts slash and then the post ID. So let's grab that. This is the post ID. So paste that in, and then slash, and then we want the comment that we want to delete's ID, which is this. Okay, so we'll do that. If I just try it like that, we get, is that right? No, it should be post slash comment slash and then the two IDs. Okay, so no token. Now what I want to try to do is use Brad's token, which is not correct. We're trying to delete a comment from John, but I want to see what happens if we use Brad's token. It should tell us unauthorized. So let's try it out. And there we go, user not authorized. So now let's get John's token, which I believe is, yeah, right here. And we'll go ahead and replace that with John's token and send. Token is not valid. Okay, so let's get it again. Could have expired. Oops, what's going on? Why is that happening? All right, so let's try this one. Oh, it didn't all go in. Doesn't matter. Let's just replace it. There we go. So that should be valid. We'll send. Okay, so it gives us the comments back, all of them, and you can see the delete me one is not there. If I go back to get all posts and I send this again, that delete me comment is now gone. All right, so I'm going to just go ahead and save this request as delete comment. Okay, so we can now add and delete comments. Now I'm not going to do an update. I'm not going to have that functionality. If you guys want to add that afterwards, or maybe I'll even add it after, after the initial application is done. But I'm not going to do that right now. So I think we're pretty much all set as far as our back end goes. We have quite a few routes. So you can see we have 8 routes that have to do with the posts, 10 for the profiles, 3 for the users and authentication. So we have quite a bit of work ahead of us in the front end to be able to add all this functionality. All right, so it's quite a large application for a course. Obviously it's not like a large application relative to Facebook or some production popular application, but for a course it's pretty big. So that's why there's only one project in this course. All right, so hopefully you enjoyed the whole back end part of this. In the next section, we're going to start to work on React. We're going to get it installed with Create React App and connect up our back end and all that good stuff. All right, so I'll see you in the next section.